So let's check out what's in the box. Normally this is gonna have plastic on it. You just take that plastic off. We're gonna slide this sheet off, take the top cover off, and we have our Ledger device. So it says Ledger and then resilience by design. That's pretty cool. Flip it over. Got some plastic on the LCD screen. Let's just set this over here. And then behind here, got a little bit of documentation. This says, hello, getting started, ledger.com start. This is where you're gonna wanna go to download the Ledger Live app. Some documentation. Let's see what we got here. Just some getting started, yada, yada. You guys can go ahead and read that when you open it up. So this is your recovery phrase or seed phrase sheet. Now it says confidential, store securely, never share. You never wanna share your recovery phrase or your seed phrase with anybody because they could potentially hack your account and steal all your assets. Put this over here. Let's make this a little tidy. Some cool stickers, regulatory statements. We're not gonna worry about that right now. And here we have our syncing and charging cable. We probably won't need this as often as we would with the Ledger Nano S because we have Bluetooth capability with the Nano X. Set that over there. And then behind here, got a cool little keychain. I probably won't be using this just for security reasons, but it's pretty strong. So if you wanted to put it on your keychain or something like that, you could. So let's go ahead and set up our Ledger device. What we're gonna wanna do is open this guy up. If it's not already on, you just gonna wanna press these two buttons. So what we'll do is click here. It'll say download Ledger Live at ledger.com/start. Again, the only place that you want to download Ledger Live from is this URL. So we'll go to next on the right. This is just telling you that you can navigate, left and right with these buttons. Pretty simple. We're gonna go back to the right and press both buttons to select. So I'm not gonna do that now, but this is just how you select by pressing two buttons. So click right and hold both buttons at any time to go to the control center to power off and more. So we'll just hold this down real quick. All right, so our battery's at 34%. We didn't charge all the way, that's okay. Go here to power off or just close the control center. So close and go to right, start Ledger Live. We're not gonna do that right now because we're gonna go over everything manually, which is a lot easier than doing it on the computer, in my opinion. And we'll go to setup as new device. So double click, and we're gonna choose a PIN with 4 to 8 digits. Double click, and you can kind of cycle through the numbers left and right here, 1 through 9. If you click one and it's the wrong one, you don't want that one, you just go here where the little X is and then double click, my bad. And then, and that's pretty much it. So we're gonna put a pin in and we'll be right back. All right, so after you're done with that, it's going to ask you to write down your recovery phrase. Now this is where you wanna grab this super secret confidential recovery phrase sheet. After you're done putting your recovery phrase or your seed phrase onto this sheet, do not show anybody, don't give it to anybody. Whatever you do, do not let this fall into the wrong hands. Otherwise, you might as well just throw this thing out the window or, I don't mean that, but just get a new seed phrase. You don't want anybody to steal your assets. So what we're going to do is double click and it's going to say your device will generate 24 words. They are your recovery phrase. So click right. It is your only backup to restore your accounts if needed. So if you need to restore your account and you do not have this seed phrase, you are royally screwed. So keep that in mind. Go over here, write it down on your recovery sheet. If you want to, you can literally write it down anywhere you want. It doesn't have to be on this, but this is just super easy. So we'll go here, press both buttons to continue. All right, so the first word is clever. Now what we would do is just write down clever as our first word, and that's it. For number 2, number 3, number 4, you get the picture. You just come all the way down and write down all your words. All right, so after you've entered or written down your 24 words, what you're gonna have to do is verify them. So again, another super annoying, tedious process, but it's just how it goes. So we're gonna click both buttons and we're gonna confirm our recovery phrase. Double click. All right, so it's gonna give you a list of generated words and you're just gonna have to cycle through them and pick the one that's correct. So our first word was clever. So we're gonna go here and that's correct. So what we're gonna do is double click and then you would just cycle through, the rest 24 words and click the right ones, just like you wrote them down. All right, so after you've confirmed your recovery phrase, what you're gonna wanna do is obviously keep it in a secure place. We're gonna go next. If lost, stolen, or forgotten, all your assets will be lost. That would not be good. Go over here, never share it with anybody. Ledger will never ask you for it. So if anybody that claims to be from Ledger tries to contact you to gain access to your account, remember that Ledger will not ask you for your seed phrase. We'll press both buttons to continue, go to processing, and your device is ready. Click over, and now we have the ability to go to the dashboard. All right, so from here, let's go ahead and jump over to our desktop and check out Ledger Live. All right, so this is the Ledger Live app. What we're gonna do is obviously make sure that your Ledger device is hooked up to your computer through USB or a Bluetooth connection. And what we're gonna do is hit get started and accept our terms of use. And obviously here, we're gonna click our Nano X. So first time using your Nano X, already have a recovery phrase, we're going to click set up new Nano X. And this is just going to tell you kind of the basics. Your crypto assets are stored on the blockchain. You need a private key to access and manage them. We know this. Own your private key. Your private key is stored within your Nano. You must be the only one to own it to be in control of your money. So again, if somebody else has control of your private key, you need to generate a new key or get yourself a new device. Stay offline. Your Nano works as a cold storage wallet. This means that it never exposes your private key online even while you're using the app. Validating transactions. So Ledger Live allows you to buy, sell, manage, exchange, and earn crypto while remaining protected. You will validate every crypto transaction with your Nano. All right, so let's set up our Nano. This whole part here is just entailing everything that we've already completed on our device, so we're just gonna skip this. All right, so now we're gonna take a little quiz. Answer 3 simple questions to avoid common misconceptions about your hardware wallet. As a Ledger user, my crypto is stored on the blockchain. Your crypto is always stored on the blockchain. However, your hardware wallet holds your private key, which gives you access to your crypto. If my recovery phrase is no longer secure or private, my crypto is no longer safe and I need to transfer them to a secure place. Anyone who knows your recovery phrase can steal your crypto assets. If you lose it, you must quickly transfer your crypto to a secure place. Next question. When I connect my Nano to the Ledger app, my private key is still offline. Your private key always remains offline in your hardware wallet. Even when connected to your Nano, the Ledger app cannot access your private key. You must physically authorize every transaction on your device. All right, excellent. You guys did a great job. Let's go to finish quiz. You are ready to safely manage your crypto. All right, Ledger Live is gonna have to do a genuine check on your Nano to make sure that it's real. So go to check my Nano. We're going to connect and unlock our device. Then we're going to allow Ledger to manage our device. Alrighty, so we're good. Our Ledger Nano X is genuine and ready to use with Ledger Live. If you get a denial from Ledger Live and it says that your Nano X is not genuine, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to throw it away and get a new one. Alrighty, so the first step with Ledger Live is to update your firmware. And the reason that you wanna do this first is because if you add all of your accounts to your Ledger device and then you do the firmware update, you're gonna wipe all the accounts off of your Ledger device. And that's redundant. It is gonna kill a bunch of time. So just make sure that you do the firmware update as soon as you start Ledger Live. So we'll go to our manager. This is just going to tell you about the firmware update. Ensure your 24-word recovery phrase is written down, yada, yada. Better user experiences, Bluetooth transfer rate, blah, blah, blah. So you guys can read over this if you want to when you see it, but we'll just click I have my recovery phrase, click continue, and we're just gonna wait for it to update. Alrighty, we're prepped. So what we're gonna do is confirm the update, double click, we are processing. Alrighty, so now we're gonna enter our PIN one more time, and that's gonna bring us back to our main screen and our firmware is updated. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this down and we're gonna go to install apps. All right, let's allow Ledger to manage our device again, double click. So this is the fun part. If you hold Bitcoin, if you hold Ethereum, if you hold Solana, Cardano, XRP, what you're gonna wanna do is install each of these apps on your device. So for instance, I hold Bitcoin, I hold Ethereum, I hold Solana, I do hold XRP. Now, as you're installing all of these, you'll notice that you'll have a loading please wait screen on your Ledger. Do not unhook your Ledger while this process is going, because what Ledger Live is doing at the moment is just installing these apps onto your device. So as you can see, we have Bitcoin installed, we have Ethereum installed, we've got Solana installed, and Cardano. All right, so you guys get the point. Now, after you have all of your apps installed, what you're gonna wanna do is manage your accounts or add accounts. So we're gonna click here. We're gonna open the Bitcoin app on our device. Oh, double click. Bitcoin is ready. We're gonna wait for it to synchronize. And now we have a new Bitcoin account. So you can pretty much name this whatever you want. We'll just keep it as Bitcoin. It's a native SegWit. Just go to add account. And you've added your account successfully. So you have your account, but how are you supposed to get Bitcoin in it? Well, what you want to do is click on your Bitcoin wallet or account, click receive, make sure you have Bitcoin selected, click continue. This is your Bitcoin account or wallet address for your Ledger device. Now, keep in mind, if you have a firmware update, you're gonna wipe this account. And if you wipe this account, it's not a big deal. All you have to do is re-add the Bitcoin account and you're gonna have this same code regardless. So this code is not going to change. So again, if you do a firmware update and you wipe the device, don't worry, just repopulate the account and this will be your same wallet address. You're not gonna lose your crypto if you wind up doing a firmware update. If you do have, let's say, crypto in the account and then you do a firmware update and you get rid of your accounts, just redo the accounts and then your crypto will automatically populate back into your Ledger device. So do not freak out. So what we're gonna do on our Ledger device is just verify the address. So verify that this address is the same as this address. Everything looks okay. So we're gonna copy this address and we're gonna go to our favorite exchange, whichever you guys choose. For me, I'm just gonna use Coinbase today. So we're gonna go over to send and receive. And then we're gonna paste that address into Coinbase. And for educational purposes, we'll just go ahead and throw $100 in there. Go to continue. I'll take a 9-cent fee. It is what it is. Send. 1 second, I'm gonna have to do my authenticator. And this transaction usually takes about 30 minutes. Sometimes it's a little bit faster. Click done, go back to Ledger Live. We'll go here, approve, Bitcoin is ready. And then on your screen, it'll say address shared securely. So give it a little bit. We should see that $100 or will see that $100 come in momentarily. All right, so it took about 45 seconds to a minute, but as you can see, we've transferred our $100 to our Ledger device. You can click the button and just kind of look at the details and stuff. Now keep in mind that this process is basically the same for all the cryptocurrencies that you want to add to your Ledger device. However, if you own cryptocurrencies such as Cardano, you will have to install a third-party application. This process is super easy and I have a link in the description below to help you do that. If you want to stay up to date on the latest ways that you can build passive income with your Ledger device, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell and we'll see you next time on Da Vinci Trades. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.